The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
Good morning, pop culture. We are live. It is Monday, December 3rd, 2018. It's 7:53 a.m., and it's time to start your day with Good Morning Pop Culture. So the last time you heard from me was Saturday night, technically Sunday morning, because we did our all-day Star Wars stream. About 14 hours of Star Warsy goodness. We started with the prequels, we ended with Return of the Jedi, and damn it, we did every film and we had a great time doing it. And I'd like to thank everybody, the thousands of people who joined us while we watched, as well as the patrons who were on the stream with us. So I know I might forget a few people just randomly naming them off, but like Superfan Adam Shawhan, Rugis, Mareth Dialine, Commander Cody, Ryan, Trent, we had a fantastic time. So if you were a part of that, I'd like to thank you very much. I had a fantastic time. It was really cool talking to Rugis about Star Wars because he was there at the beginning. He remembers it all. So that was a lot of fun. So if you guys would like some frame of reference for what Star Wars Mania was like as it was happening, well, then go back and check out our original trilogy stream. Those are up on the channel, and they were a lot of fun to produce. Also, over the weekend, I continued to work on Stealing Solo, so that was a lot of fun. Another page down. I'm damn proud of this one. Also, Friday, I went to my local comic book shop, and I did a live stream from there. So I had Rock and Rooster Comics and Games here in Cincinnati. They were very gracious to have me. Dave is a fantastic owner. We saw John. He's a fan of the channel, just like all of you out there. So we had a wonderful time this weekend. A lot of different content, a lot of fun content. And now the thing a lot of you love, Good Morning Pop Culture, is back. So, Mark C., thank you very much for your super chat. My Disney Star Wars theory. We're supposed to hate the sequel trilogy, so we will be willing to embrace the Star Wars story chapters, nostalgia, and accept the recast trio of heroes. I finally saw the article that EVS and Jeremy talked about with recasting Star Wars, and it's not going to happen, folks. The reason it won't happen is because of Solo, a Star Wars story. People were not accepting of Alden Ehrenreich. People will not be accepting of, anybody else to play Leia, to play Luke. It's going to be a bizarre, I don't know if Uncanny Valley is the right way to describe it, but it's going to be a very bizarre time when Episode 9 comes out and we hear Princess Leia from beyond the grave. There's going to be a disconnect because the audience knows she's passed away. We know that these shots are not made up of new footage. They're going to be a Frankenstein, a mishmash, a hodgepodge of Princess Leia. And Millie Bobby Brown, for everybody out there that wants to say she looks just like Carrie Fisher, she really doesn't. Look, I get it. You like Stranger Things. She's a girl in a sci-fi property that can kind of act. Fine. Not really here to knock her, but she's not Princess Leia. She doesn't have the charisma, the sass that Carrie Fisher had. So you guys can, worry about it, but I don't think it'll happen because, and here's the because, unlike James Bond, who Sean Connery only played him for, 62, for 7 years straight, and then Lazenby, then he came back, then other people played Bond for decades and decades. Society has been conditioned to multiple James Bond actors. They've been conditioned to multiple Jack Ryans. They've been conditioned to multiple Michael Myers, or Batmans, if you will. But in the realm of Star Wars, there's been one Han Solo, up until this year, which we saw what happens when you don't get the real one. There's been one Luke Skywalker. Well, now he's Jake, so... and there's been one Princess Leia. So Disney can try, and they will fail again. It's funny, for all the hits they have with Wreck-It Ralph and all these other properties out there that make them buku dollars and get 45 million views on YouTube, Star Wars continues to fail. Unlike Kathleen Kennedy, who continues to fail upwards, Star Wars itself seems to just fail and lay flat. That is why we have to go back to the original trilogy era. That is why we have to go back to the prequel era with Solo, a Star Wars story, and the appearance of Darth Maul. So for everyone out there that is genuinely concerned and riled up, do not be riled up, do not be concerned, because remember, folks, each and every one of you holds the power to what works and what is successful with Star Wars. Collectors speak with their wallets. Why is Rey the only Star Wars figure at GameStop? Not just one, but multiple local GameStops that is on clearance. Why is that? She's a character people do not like. The Force Awakens merchandise is not a successful venture. It made its money in the beginning, yes it did, but long term, those characters do not have the appeal, they do not have the draw that the original and even the prequel characters do. Let's be honest. Luke Skywalker and Rey's original costumes are very bland. Why does Luke Skywalker sell and Rey does not? Well, Luke Skywalker is a charismatic hero who embodies all of us, the desire, the swashbuckling nature, the destiny. Rey does not have those things. You take the words Luke Skywalker, replace them with the original Star Wars, and you take the word Rey and replace it with Disney Star Wars, and you have the exact reason why New Era Star Wars sucks. Salvador, thank you very much. Morning, Jeff and chat. The last 2 packages should be arriving at your P.O. Box by 8 p.m. today. And I just wanted to let you know we're all counting on you. Well, Salvador, I will go to the P.O. Box later in the week. They know me there now because I guess I have the most active P.O. Box for the little post office. And they're like, oh, you're the guy with the big packages back here. I'm like, yes, I am. But Salvador, thank you. And thank you to everybody else who sent us P.O. Box stuff, and make sure you guys check out Tales from the P.O. Box. That is our new series here on the channel. It's a lot of fun. I have all the awesome things that everyone sent me here, like the Please Little Han Solo. I found myself playing with that the entire Star Wars stream this weekend, so thank you again to everyone. So let me do one thing that we do every couple Mondays here while we're waiting to hit our 200 viewers. Let's see what hit big at the box office this weekend. So Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet, still number 1. Declined 54%, overall gross $119 million. Dr. Seuss's The Grinch, which I'm surprised actually made as much as it has made $200 million. And then we have Creed 2, which is sitting at $81 million. Fantastic Beasts, which is sitting at $134 million. And finally, the top 5, Bohemian Rhapsody, at $164 million. Now, the reason I brought up Bohemian Rhapsody, well, obviously because it's number 5, but more importantly because it has now broken the record as the highest grossing musical biopic ever. So good for the people, the producers, the guy that plays Freddie Mercury. I've never been a Queen fan, respect their talent, just not really for me. So that's why I haven't seen the film, but my mom went to see it with her boyfriend, and they loved it. And my mom's like, I don't like Queen. I don't want to see this movie. And then she saw it, and she loved it. So, congratulations. You guys made a great film, and people seem to be really responding to it. So, one thing I also want to note about this is this Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grimwald. Or Griswold, whatever it's called. All joking aside, I saw an article that says Crimes of Grimwald is the Attack of the Clones of Harry Potter when it needs to be The Last Jedi. And I facepalmed so hard I hit the back of my skull. The fact that the writer honestly thought that The Last Jedi, at this point in 2018, almost a year removed from the film, is actually a good comparison, made me question my existence, the writer's existence, the website's existence. It's very, very, very dumb. So I hate to be so frank about it, but person who wrote that article, please retire. Go on to another field, be very successful, have a nice, happy life, and a good family that loves you, but never, ever write about Star Wars again, because you just don't get it. That's all I can say. Now, I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I'm not going to come to this film's defense. I'm not even going to go see this movie. I own 4 Harry Potter books because they were given to me, because they were the hot things back in the year 2000. That's it. I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I never will be. I don't care about the lore. I don't care about it. If you're into it, awesome. Enjoy it. Don't let me take that away from you. Go out and have some fun with Harry Potter. But for me, Jeff, I am not a Harry Potter fanatic, Harry Potter head. I don't know what you would call them, but I don't belong in that group. So if you're very upset with this film, I'm sure you have your valid reasons, much like we are upset with The Last Jedi, or I was upset with Spider-Man Homecoming, stuff like that. If you're a fan of the property, you have a reason why you're not happy. So let me know. Much like Doctor Who stuff, I will keep up with the disappointment of the Harry Potter fans to some degree. You know, last week on Good Morning Pop Culture, I believe it was Thursday's show, I went into a deep dive about Doctor Who and read an interesting article, surprisingly, from Screen Rant about why Doctor Who is not working, but then it wants to throw us out there that, oh, that's what Doctor Who's always meant to be. Well, we'll see in 2019 when the show doesn't come back. Also, while we're talking about the box office, here's something incredibly funny. You want to talk about how dumb America's media/entertainment reporting is. So, Crazy Rich Asians opened up a couple of months ago. I don't know dates or times. I just exist in a vacuum in front of this computer till the end of time. But Crazy Rich Asians came out, and we had these writers clamoring for the guy from Crazy Rich Asians should be James Bond and this and that. Well, I had a good belly laugh when I saw this, that Crazy Rich Asians bombs at the Chinese box office, opening to $1.2 million. So it is not a race thing when it comes to that. Maybe the Chinese audience just doesn't want American movies about American life. It's really ironic that a few years ago they were the belle of the ball when it comes to what we're going to next in terms of box office, global marketing. Who do we want to market to? Where do we think the money is? And everyone said China. Transformers said China. Iron Man said China. Star Wars said China. But China said no to Star Wars. And China's also saying no to Crazy Rich Asians. So this is it. I'm not going to go any deeper into Michelle Yeoh, but I found it funny that this was a failure in China. And I would like to hear some self-entitled writers say, oh, well, the Chinese audience just... shut your mouth, okay? The Chinese audience just doesn't give a shit about this kind of stuff. It's Asian audiences like Spider-Man and all that kind of shit. Not Star Wars, not Crazy Rich Asians, none of it. So you don't have to look at that anymore. So we have finally, I can't even say finally, we had an awesome opening 10 minutes of the show, and now we're here, and now it's time to start talking about Daredevil. It's time to start talking about the Avengers 4 trailer, all kinds of stuff. This is a very Marvel-heavy show because Marvel had a very interesting weekend. Good, bad, ugly. A lot of stuff happened over the weekend while I felt like I was trapped in a Star Wars vacuum. The world seemed to be mourning the loss of Daredevil, Deadpool. Well, that's pretty much lost, too, after the PG-13 cut comes out. But I do want to say this. I have been in contact, again, with Razorfist. The last thing fell apart due to a scheduling conflict, but I'm waiting to hear back from him about a date, because he and I would like to talk about Daredevil, the cancellation, the character, all that stuff, because it's nice to know that someone out there enjoys Daredevil more than I do, because he can introduce me to certain elements of the character that I may have not picked up on. Daredevil is my third... He's either my second or third favorite Marvel character after Spider-Man, and that would put him about third or fourth favorite comic book character overall. For me, it's Spider-Man, Batman, maybe Daredevil or Wolverine, and then the rest just fall in line. I can tell you who's at the bottom. Captain Marvel. We'll talk about her later today. But this Daredevil cancellation news came out when I was at Rock and Rooster during the live stream. And it really saddened me because I really loved this show. And I don't mean just like, oh, I enjoyed it. I remember where I was when I first watched Season 1, Episode 1. I can vividly remember that day. I was getting ready for Free Comic Book Day. I was doing sketch cards, and I did Daredevil in his new costume at the time. And it was just a really exciting time because, see, I lived through the garbage Ben Affleck film. Now, the director's cut does salvage the film a bit. there are some merits to the film. Is Daredevil 2003 the worst Marvel-based film ever? No. It's better than a myriad of other films, including both Fantastic Four films, The Amazing Spider-Man's both 1 and 2, maybe Venom. I'm not sure. I still need to see that film. But to call myself a Daredevil fan was very accurate, apropos. So when I heard this news, the first thing I thought to myself is, why would you cancel the best Marvel Netflix show? It ended on a high note. The Kingpin, well, he'll live to fight another day. Bullseye, well, he'll live to fight another day. But Nelson, Murdoch, and now Paige have a really bright future. It was so great because it finally set up, Daredevil Matt Murdock went through his denial phase, didn't want to be Daredevil, this, that, and the other, and it finally came full circle to where he accepted his lot in life. He discovered some things about himself. He's better than where he started. It was truly a great hero's journey. Hell, he didn't even wear the red suit in Season 3, and I like the red suit quite a bit, but I was okay that he didn't wear it. I understood the symbolism behind it. I understood what they were going for. And again, I enjoyed it thoroughly. Every episode, with the exception of the Karen Page flashback portion of episode, 8, was excellent. So, this is depressing for me, because as the MCU begins to fall apart with the appearance of Captain Marvel and Kevin Feige's garbage comments in public and the comic books being what they are, I had very few things as a long-term fan to hold on to with Netflix, with Daredevil, with Marvel in general. And so it's canceled. And let me give you a quick thing what it says. So, Daredevil, this came from the Hollywood Reporter. Daredevil canceled as Netflix Marvel roster shrinks to 2. Marvel's roster continues to shrink. The streaming giant has canceled Daredevil, the first of Marvel's show to appear on the platform after 3 seasons. The drama starring Charlie Cox is the third Marvel series to be canceled at Netflix in recent weeks, joining Iron Fist and Luke Cage. Only Jessica Jones and The Punisher remain on Netflix as its Marvel relationships continue to sour. The move, and I hate how this website just jumps around because it wants to play the video for me. The move nearly comes 2 weeks after the showrunner Eric Olson pitched Season 4 of Daredevil to Marvel and Netflix execs. Marvel's Daredevil will not return for a 4th season on Netflix, Netflix said on Thursday in a statement. We are tremendously proud of the show's last and final season, and although it's painful for the fans, we feel it's best to close the chapter on a high note. We're thankful to our partners, corporate talk, blah, blah, blah. So, I was pissed off. I retract what I said, actually. The news came to my attention during our live stream of episode 50 of Good World Class Bullshitter, so I misspoke. I remember hearing that, and Dion and I were just like, oh my god, no. Because again, Dion and his friendship with me, it's built on a few things. And comic books are one of them. And one of our first common interests that we found besides pro wrestling was Daredevil. Love it. Frank Miller stuff, not so much the recent stuff. I even can go back to the Wally Wood, Stan Lee credited era and enjoy the hell out of it. And so we were bummed out about this. And we weren't the only fans bummed out about this, because IGN has put out an article talking about fans' reactions, and I really don't care too much about what people on Twitter say, but Deborah Ann Woll, the actress who plays Karen Page, put out a tweet that said she's sad that we won't be continuing the story. She'll miss seeing the friends she's made every day, and she thanks everyone. Vincent D'Onofrio had another tweet, and he said, Netflix Daredevil canceled, yet Daredevil is still out there, bloodstained high up, poised on the moonlight. Movement below him on the street. A flash of white moving through the sea of darkness. Hell's Kitchen. This image folds into a black Suburban screeching into the night. So, the Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio, one of the strongest points of the show, still gives a little hope to people out there. Because the show's really not dead. Apparently. Allegedly. You see, the show is not going to get put onto Disney Plus, So, this is the first piece of news that came out. See, with the way the internet operates, you have the news come out from the source. Then bigger sources report it, and it trickles down. And now we're here talking about it in a community-based way. for all of us. So the one problem with the way the internet works today is that speculation can run rampant, and these companies need to go out of their way to put out multiple pieces of PR to quell the confusion. So Marvel has gone out of its way to say that it promises more Daredevil adventures after the Netflix cancellation. So a statement from Marvel said that we'll look forward to more adventures with Daredevil, the Man Without Fear in the future, the Disney-owned comic book giant said on Friday. So you have hope for more Daredevil out there. You have more hope for more Daredevil, but we know it won't be coming to Disney Plus. They have said that. There are articles out there that say that Daredevil, here we go from Screen Rant, Netflix's Marvel shows aren't moving to Disney Plus. Now here's where I hope to hear from you guys: the speculation, the questioning, the confusion getting fixed up, because these shows are inherently violent. They're inherently R-rated properties. They don't drop F-bombs, but they show essentially, they say essentially every other word in the book. There's decapitations, amputations, bloody kills. They beat down people left and right. People are murdered. It's a realistic, gory, violent world of Marvel. And it's been a hit. And for anyone out there that says, well, it's hurting the brand, bullshit. This has been out since 2015, Daredevil. Marvel has made billions of dollars at the box office. Post Daredevil, we've had, I don't know if Daredevil debuted the weekend of or the weekend after Age of Ultron, but let's just say Age of Ultron's box office was not hurt. Infinity War's box office was not hurt. Doctor Strange, Spider-Man. No, these violent shows did not ruin the MCU. So I'm just trying to throw that out there for any writer that says down the road, where they're trying to make excuses for Disney. Oh, PG-13 is better for whatever, so kids can watch it. You know what? Don't worry about the kids. Kids aren't going to be interested in these dramas anyway. What is it about? Karen Page is a recovering drug addict. She's a reporter, this, that, and the other. Foggy Nelson has identity issues. Matt has identity issues. There's a lot of internal struggles that adults understand, but not kids. Well, and the thing is, too, there's no Daredevil in the costume. There's no Daredevil action for a good majority of these shows. A lot of times, Matt Murdock throws on a rag and fights people in a business suit, which is fine. It makes sense. It's realistic. Every time Bruce Wayne gets into a fight, he's not throwing on the bat suit, because he can't. It's usually at the cave. And it's okay if Daredevil's not doing it too. But I'm really confused/conflicted how to feel about the possibility of a continuation of these shows moved over to Hulu. See, I'm already a Hulu subscriber. I've been a Hulu subscriber for, I guess, a year or so now. I enjoyed the service. It's a good service. I'm not here to sell you Hulu at all. Believe me, I would have to say, this is brought to you by Hulu. No, it's not. But with Disney's acquisition of 20th Century Fox and all their assets, well, for the most part, we have Disney owning a majority of Hulu. And Hulu's not afraid to put out adult content. 11, 22, 63, while not strictly R-rated violent content, isn't really for kids based on content alone, subject nature of the show itself. So, if the show goes to live on Hulu, along with Luke Cage and Iron Fist, I don't know how I'll feel. Will I watch it? Yes, I will. I enjoy this show. I'm not on an anti-Marvel kick. You see, I criticize certain elements of Marvel, DC, Star Wars, these things, because I care about them. Because I feel like they're letting me down personally and letting you down as a fan base. From a fan collective, Marvel's been pretty damn great for 10 years. And I'm just so worried, and I wasn't worried up until recently, that it was going to fall apart. Infinity War was the big event that I had been waiting for a decade. It paid off. I thought, man, what's next? Ant-Man and the Wasp, okay, very forgettable, honestly. If you were to ask me to rank all the superhero movies I've seen in order of most memorable, Ant-Man and the Wasp may be closer to the bottom of the list. I'm not saying it's a terrible film, it's just not memorable. But with Ghostbusters 2016 still fresh in our minds, and the way Captain Marvel is looking to be discussed publicly, as well as discussed on the internet, and the way it's being marketed, her a hero thing, I foresee Marvel tripping up down that same path. And I see Sony with the Spider-Man universe going the same route as well. Do I want these things? No. Guys, what I want is to sit down every 4 months in a theater watching a Marvel flick that is its own standalone film, yet ties to a bigger event, like I have been for the last 10 years, and I want to be entertained. I want to enjoy the actors, I want to enjoy the action, I want to enjoy the spectacle. I really don't want to be bogged down like I am with Star Wars, with real-life garbage. Now, a nice analogy, a nice allegory. See, Marvel's very good with allegories. Okay, traditionally they have been great with allegories, like the X-Men, an allegory for racism or homophobia, or the AIDS scare, and all these other things out there. X-Men did it first. X-Men did it well. It was the biggest title at Marvel for many years for a reason. Not only was it about a bunch of cool adult superheroes who have great adventures, kicking ass in cool costumes, it was deeper. It spoke to a lot of people. It has lost that over the years as the writers who create said show have lost the ability. Well, it's not even the writers have lost the ability. Marvel has lost the ability to hire quality writers. They hire people that just don't. They want to move up to the next thing. You know, oh, I'm an editor at Marvel. Okay, well, back in the day when you were the editor at Marvel, holy shit, you made it to the editor of Marvel Comics. It was your childhood dream come true. These people want to go to Hollywood. They want to do barely any work, and they want to just have a resume. Well, I worked at Marvel from 2015 to 2019 as the editor or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Good for you. Now, on paper, that looks great because somebody in Hollywood says, well, Marvel, MCU, $15 billion box office, you must be responsible. They're not. They're really not. They are responsible, though, for declining numbers, waning interests, a sense of impending doom for the MCU. They are responsible for that because these new writers, these new creators have not produced a good storyline that will be adapted in the future. The reason I'm so hesitant to accept Into the Spider-Verse is because I did read the source material, and I really don't trust the perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes. It's very iffy at best. I always think that something that is blindly praised is very dangerous. Even something I love, like Star Wars, has its detractors, and that's fine. I don't want anything to be widely accepted as perfect. Now, there is a consensus with something like a Back to the Future where people generally have a positive feeling towards it. But again, it doesn't sit at 100%. It's not this holy movie like in Citizen Kane or something like that. Now, Citizen Kane was created in a time where it developed a lot of new techniques. So I get that one. But Into the Spider-Verse is just same old shit, different day. But it's Spider-Man with a different color lead underneath the costume, and a female lead, and this, that, and the other. And it's these qualifier points that people want to elevate the movie for. Observer Dude, thank you very much for your super chat. I hope they don't make Leia gay in the spin-off and have it revealed that's the reason why she and Han separated. That would stop them. What would stop them from doing that? They would just label the fans homophobic. Observer Dude, I don't really like to get like angry on air, but I swear to God, if that happens in a fucking Star Wars movie like that I'm in theaters for, I will get up and I will walk out and scream, what the fuck. Label me whatever you want, but make sure you label me as a fan of what existed and a guy who knew what the fuck I was talking about when it comes to Star Wars. George Lucas is not a homophobic man, publicly. He has not produced a homophobic show. He has produced content that appeals to everybody, black, white, gay, straight, everything. The characters of Star Wars, the three main original leads, are straight white people. I'm so sorry that Disney is triggered by that. I wish. Has everyone here seen Billy Madison? Do you remember the little fat kid that says, I can't wait till I go to high school, Billy? And he goes, never say that. And he shakes him. I just really wish that a real-life Billy Madison, every time somebody at Disney or Marvel or Lucasfilm or anywhere else in society that makes entertainment comes up with a suggestion like that, they just get gently shaken, never say that again. And then if not, somebody just comes up and smacks them in the fucking face. I'm cool with either. I always go for the nice approach first. You will not be able to hide behind fans being homophobic. It all stems from, why alter the characteristics of these characters we all love that you can market? A gay Princess Leia is not going to make more money for a Disney. What it's going to do is it's going to betray the character from what was there in the beginning. She clearly had a romantic interest in Luke and Han. It was a three-way triangle, a love triangle. Three-way sounds fun. That existed in Star Wars. Go back and watch. Here's the great part about Star Wars. It's very documented. There's all kinds of on-set footage, on-set photography. There's also countless interviews that George Lucas has archived, and we have access to in the Star Wars Blu-ray Special Features disc. The reason I never ever buy into the whole argument that Leia was always meant to be Luke's sister, go back and watch some interview with Carrie Fisher. They ask her, is she going to end up with Han Solo or Luke Skywalker? And she goes, well, she ends up with Han Solo. She's a schmuck. This was right after the first movie came out. So the public perception, as well as the actual intention of said Star Wars films, weren't about, the twins and the Jedi and this and all that shit. No, this is people buying into the post-Star Wars, I don't want to say manipulation, but reconfiguration of the lore. That is people buying into that. But one thing also, she was never meant to be a gay character. Remember, Rian Johnson or whoever played around with that idea with Holdo in the news, but it was never really explicitly stated in the film. You could say it was implied, but then again, I would say, well, that is your interpretation. I never saw Leia romantically linked with Holdo. But if that's the case, you are going to alter the greatest female character of all time. And yeah, I'm going to go out. Better than Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Way better than Sarah Connor and Ellen Ripley. Princess Leia is her own brand itself. She's cooler, she's funnier, she's more capable. Well, Rey did this and that. Yeah, Rey is a Mary Sue dogshit character. Princess Leia had a great skill as a leader. She could fight on the ground. She couldn't fly a ship to save her life. Hell, she crashed her speeder bike. You can make a joke about whatever you want right there. But she wasn't this shallow, vapid character like the new ones are. And so if they change anything about her legacy, it's an affront to the character and offensive to me. Cinevarath653, thank you very much again. All of these franchises going down the drain. I'm just sitting here waiting for Godzilla. There's supposedly new trailers coming this week. Oh, a new Godzilla trailer. Well, we're going to be talking about the upcoming Avengers and Captain Marvel trailers in a moment. Well, not a moment, when we get to them naturally. But it's funny, Cinevarath653. I've been saying this on the show. I've been saying this in my private life. The more we bastardize, and I don't mean we like the fans of this channel or the producers of this channel, or Ethan Jeremy, but the more us as fans are subjected to, the more we as a society make garbage, where we ruin Star Wars, we ruin Star Trek, we ruin Doctor Who, we ruin James Bond, in the sake of being current, or the sake of, let me rephrase that, not the sake of being current, the sake of trying to be progressive in a way that society's not at yet, and they go, wow, this movie was really a trendsetter. I think a lot of these people live and die on the, oh, I did it first type of thing. Well, great, you did it first, but you're the only one that did it, and it didn't work. What's old is new again. Godzilla, King Kong, certain things that haven't been popular in honestly like 50 years for the most part, in terms of King Kong. Well, 40. They're becoming new and cool and trendy again because, one, it's cyclical. The circle is now complete. When I left Godzilla, he was with Matthew Broderick. Now he's cool again. That took 20 years. King Kong. It was funny. The other night, I couldn't fall asleep right after the Star Wars stream, no matter how zonked I was, so I turned on Peter Jackson's King Kong. And don't really like it. But I do like Kong Skull Island with our smiling friend Brie Larson. I look to older things to be cool again. And like I said, you get that piece of entertainment that appeals to the left, to the right, everything in between, young and old, and keeps the agenda free of it, you're going to have the next big hit. And if it's King Kong, if it's Godzilla or something, and the only problem is when we get the Godzilla movie that shuns all those modern politics and all these problems, and you'll say, well, Godzilla's been an allegory for nuclear testing and this and that. You see, you can have an allegory that is a universal allegory. Those are the stories that work. You know, they live. Universal appeal. It's not a left or a right thing. But Star Wars has chosen a side. Marvel is starting to walk towards a certain side. Avoid that. Avoid the backlash from the fans. But whatever comes, be it Godzilla, whatever it is, you will get people trying to make that movie again. So it'll be another Pacific Rim. It'll be another giant kaiju movie. This, that, and the other. And then they will try to infuse it with their touch. And then we will see a lesser imitation. It's not about, well, Star Wars is made and we need to make more space movies. No, Star Wars was a space movie that had an excellent story and made you feel something. Moonraker is a terrible space movie that made you feel nothing but dread and regret while you watched it. So don't always go for what makes the big bucks. And if you do, make sure you understand why it makes the big bucks beyond just the spectacle and special effects and the pew-pew lasers and a lightsaber. Mareth Dialine says, I wholeheartedly agree. Thank you, Mareth Dialine, for your super chat. And thank you for being on the stream with us over the weekend. It was nice to finally hear a voice to go with the name. So if you want to know what Mareth Dialine sounds like, folks, Return of the Jedi on our all-day Star Wars stream. Alpha Terranima, thank you very much. I feel like we may have missed an opportunity to meme some bad press for Disney with Jake dying after Luke can be gay, the Luke can be gay thing. I guess we did. It's never too late, though. It's never too late to meme Jake Skywalker. I don't even remember. I guess because I was so busy when that was coming out, making content, that I missed that whole joke. So, put it out there. Let's make it happen for episode 9, guys. Logan Michael, thank you very much. Did you see the new Captain Marvel poster? I did. She's still not smiling. I got a bit we're going to talk about later with the new Captain Marvel action figure. Looks just like Brie Larson. Frowny face and all. Claustoric, thank you very much. Good morning. I have those Star Wars Episode 8 popcorn tins and will give them to you for Episode 9, but they were given to me as a gift from my girlfriend. Oh, Claustoric, it's cool. You keep the gift. Believe me, I have Funko Pops, and I always rag on Funko Pops, and I'm not embarrassed to do so. But I have a stack that my mom bought me as a gift, the James Bond and now the Rock. So I'm not going to throw them away into the fire that is, crappy modern merchandise, because where it came from was more important than the actual product itself. So Claustoric, I get it, man. I dig it. I'm glad to see it back on the show. Stitch Snow, thank you very much. If they F-bomb YouTube Sucks Now Up Godzilla, I will lose it. That is my favorite franchise literally ever. I could jokingly say, hey, welcome to the party, pal, where they're going to ruin Godzilla like they ruined Star Wars and all that stuff. But you know what? I don't want to be that cynical and say that to you. But I do want to say this. Warner Brothers is in a weird place. DC did not make them the money, gain them the popularity. Well, not even gain them the popularity, but gain the attention of the fans that they had hoped. I would like to think that out there in Hollywood, there are some producers who get it. They know what doesn't really work. You get the younger, idealistic ones and the ones who are on a power trip like Kathleen Kennedy, there I said her name, who are kind of blinded by the IP. Well, we're Star Wars. We can do whatever we want, and we can make a boatload of money. Godzilla doesn't necessarily have that. Now, I do think they will have a whole strong woman thing in Godzilla with Millie Bobby Brown and Vera Farmiga. They're going to try to make a point about that. Like, this little girl came to the heart of Godzilla. I may walk out if that happens. But in all seriousness, I hope it doesn't happen for you, Stitch Snow. For now, I'm very fortunate that Back to the Future, which I wouldn't call my favorite franchise, but my favorite movie has remained wholly unremade. It's regarded very highly. People look at Back to the Future as one of the sacred cows of entertainment. They don't remake it. They don't do stupid stuff with it. Yeah, you'll get a Funko Pop or you'll get some action figures from Funko, the reaction stuff. But you also get painstaking care to document the film. You get these great fan documentaries. You get these great professionally produced documentaries. You get your hot toys. You get your high-end stuff. Back to the Future is treated with the reverence, for the most part, it deserves. And you can't really help who parodies it or who does this and that. But at the same time, the best things do get those treatments as well. But I'm hoping Godzilla doesn't get that for you. I enjoy Godzilla. I don't really talk about it. I'm not well versed in it like you are. But I've seen a good chunk of the movies. I've owned multiple Godzilla toys throughout my life. And I have fun watching the movies. Hell, even the Dancing Godzilla makes me chuckle. I used to watch the cartoon from Hanna-Barbera. I've read Godzilla comic books from Marvel. The ones that were licensed way back in the 70s that actually have Spider-Man in an issue. And I did watch the 98 Godzilla or 99 Godzilla cartoon pretty regularly. So I do enjoy it, but to tell you I love it like you do would be complete bullshit. But I don't want it to get ruined either. I want King Kong to get ruined. I don't want anything to get ruined. I want Star Wars to be saved. It needs to learn a lesson, but I would like it to return back to its former glory. And I really don't want Marvel. Marvel's the one I don't want to watch die, because it's been such a fun ride. I mean, honestly, it's been one of the highlights of my adult life. I love where I am now. Like, great. Wouldn't change it for the world. But a couple years ago, I just, was living. But when the Marvel movies came out, I always had a good time. I knew that I was going to sit down for 2 hours and change, laugh. Never cried, but, almost in Guardians 2. But you get those moments where you're just like, man, this is so fun. I'm removed from the world. Escapist entertainment at its finest. We need that. We need that, especially with today's political climate, with today's social climate. Why not give the people what they need? Fun. Grandin Cruiser, thank you very much. Learning that there is a Kylux fan fiction out there makes me glad not to be part of this new fandom. What was I trying to say? I'm with you. I watched Ethan's video. It got reinstated, so make sure you guys go and check it out. Sport Uncle Ehe. Yeah, I don't like fan relationshiping. I think the internet has ruined fandom to a degree, to where everyone tries to, I'm going to make my own version, and then try to one-up it with the stupidity. Like, if these people weren't being genuine, they weren't being earnest with their, fan fictions and their shippings and all those things, maybe I could get behind it a little bit more. But these people really believe and want this shit. And I'm like, hey, if it gets you off, okay, fine. But I don't want to be associated with any of this stuff. It's like when people made that Han Solo Chewbacca one. I'm like, nope. No. Please take your weird Star Wars eroticism out of here. Yes, Moonraker is a garbage film. I'm glad I saw that as I was scrolling down. Grendel Fan 84, thank you very much. As disappointed as I am that we're not getting a 4th season of Daredevil, I'm more disappointed that we're probably going to get more, or not getting a Moon Knight series. I feel your pain as a fan, as somebody that knows you personally, that, one of your favorite characters that would fit so well in said universe won't be getting adapted. I'm with you there. Moon Knight, never read a whole Moon Knight comic, so I can't tell you that I enjoy it like you do. Again, gotta be honest with you people. But I see where you're coming from. And for me, the fact that this really good for the most part... Like, look it. Luke Cage 1 was fine. Luke Cage Season 2, Jessica Jones Season 1 had really good moments. Season 2's garbage. Iron Fist got better. Defenders, disappointing. But my thing is, it was nice to have another Marvel outlet. When it's not on the big screen, it's on the small screen. And if I pay for my Netflix subscription, I can watch Daredevil 45 times. I don't have to go back and see it in theaters constantly. I'm hoping that we still get a Marvel TV universe. Now, I would laugh if Jessica Jones was the only show to remain on Netflix, because I will tell you this. Agenda would have trumped quality storytelling. People would say, but Jeff, Jessica Jones was so deep. Look, the Kilgrave stuff was awesome because of David Tennant. Season 2 stuff was really stupid and hollow, and anyone that says, oh, it was so deep with the mother-daughter relationship, it really boils down to, at the end of it, Jessica Jones wanted to get some from the Mexican painter downstairs. That was the show. Malcolm wasn't that interesting this season. Jerry Hogarth, not that interesting anymore. Patsy Walker, please get hit by a car. Not the actress, the character. Please just never show up on the show again. I hate her so much. I've never hated a TV character as much as I hate Patsy Walker on Jessica Jones. You are a piece of shit, yet you get away with it all. Her comeuppance better exist. But like Rey from The Force Awakens, gotta be perfect at everything. Maybe, I lost my friend. That's my comeuppance. No! You need to get shot or lose a hand or something. God damn it. I hate the character so much. Sorry, I'm getting angry over nothing. But Grendel fan, yeah, I just don't like the possibility, or the fact that we're not going to get more of these gritty Marvel shows on TV. I loved how Daredevil and Punisher crossed over. I loved Punisher. I thought that was a really great show. Realistically, if somebody said, Jeff, you have the Infinity Gauntlet to fashion the Marvel TV universe the way you want it. Well, the gauntlet that I would fashion, the Infinity Gauntlet's cool. What would I fashion? Well, Daredevil would still be around. Season 4 would be a continuation, obviously, because it's the 4th season. But we would continue the Daredevil show. We would continue the Punisher show. We'd actually send the Punisher outside of New York. He would go to Mexico, deal with Mexican crime cartels. He'd go to other parts of America. He wouldn't go across the world because, fight around the world, that's for Russell Crowe. But I would have the Punisher go out and do stuff like that. I would give a resolution to Luke Cage Season 3, or 2, and then I would let Iron Fist should go. I want to say I want more Iron Fist, but that'd be a lot. 2 was significantly better than Season 1, but Season 1, it's like saying vomit is significantly better than a turd. Well, yeah, I guess, but they're still nasty, and I don't want to touch them. Ward Meacham was interesting. Joy Meacham, again, Netflix shows have a tendency to create these really vile female characters and that are villains, essentially, that never get their comeuppance. Now, Colleen Wing, on the other hand, is interesting because she goes from a hand soldier to having the Iron Fist power in her sword, and she can fight, and she's this and that. I like Colleen Wing. I like the actress, I like the character. She's cool. Would I give her own show? No. Let's be honest here. The Marvel IP has certain characters that are marketable. They tried with Iron Fist, it didn't really work. I think mainly because the show wasn't very good. With Daredevil, they went balls to the wall with red costume, radar sense, this, that, and the other. They gave the character everything, but they also adapted it to a Marvel Knights style television show. Punisher lends itself to perfect television. It's really easy to make a Punisher show. Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones really does lend itself well. An investigation show. Bigger mystery around the corner, that kind of stuff. And Kristen Ritter herself, works in the character. She's a misanthrope. I get it. I dig it. I like it. It's just other things around the world. And then when she does say that the guy sleeping with all these women is as bad as murder or something like that, I lost interest in that season. That was episode 1. Let's see. Stitch Snow again, thank you very much. The design for the new Godzilla monster looks like there's a boatload of passion put in it, so I'm sincerely hopeful. Plus, the marketing is clever as well. I saw the new... so there was a Tokyo Comic-Con, I believe, this weekend. And I saw all the new SH Figure Arts, SH Monster Arts, and all that stuff. Believe me, my wallet cried a lot. Didn't cry Mary, but it cried. I like the new Godzilla design. I like the new King Ghidorah. I don't know if the King Ghidorah is from the movie, but I saw a King Ghidorah figure. I mean, it's weird. Like I said, Godzilla, the franchise, is something I don't talk about, but I'm kind of already invested. I went and saw Godzilla 2014 opening night. I got it on Blu-ray. Some people hate it. I enjoy it. I enjoyed the moments where, we're about to see Godzilla fight, and then the door closes, or they show it on TV, or this and that. Because, see, I enjoy a good build-up in a film. I know I'm not alone in that. Hot Fuzz is a great build-up to a film. Original Star Wars is a great build-up for a film. It's just the way I'm wired. I guess I have a longer attention span than your average human being, especially in geek culture, because you have... Okay, let me take that geek culture thing back. You have your Star Trek fans, you have your Star Wars fans. Certain elements of geek culture, Doctor Who, previous Doctor Who fans, I would say those people have some of the best attention spans, because they'll wait 20 episodes for one little thing to play out. They'll sit there, they're invested in it. The gimme now nature, the Guardians of the Galaxy fans. And what I mean by that, not because I think Guardians of the Galaxy is a lesser film, or people that enjoy the film are lesser. We'll even lump Deadpool in there too. But they're new to the medium. They don't really know how the story works. So the producers of said content get it done quick and distract you when the story is, kind of waning, or certain elements are taking longer to develop. They throw jokes, they throw this at you, because those people are there because it's popular, new, and trendy. But if it got heavy, they won't show up. And what I mean by heavy is heavy themes, heavy messages, just, a while to get to where you want to go. I feel like those people, while their money's good and they deserve the respect, I don't think that Marvel or DC or anybody should strictly produce content for them. You produce trailers for them, and then you get a movie that appeals to everybody. So, Stitch Snow, I'm hoping Godzilla 2000, what was it, King of the Monsters, or whatever it's going to be called, I hope they do that as much as you do. Because I want to have a good time. I'll be there opening night. Dion and I are going to try to do at least 3 or 4 Godzilla things next year. Not about because there's a new movie coming out. We do like it, and we like to consider ourselves the epitome of pop culture, and so we try to cover all aspects. That's why I'm willing to watch Lord of the Rings. Because you guys want it, and because I understand it's an important film in the landscape of fantasy entertainment. Mareth thank you very much again. There once was a fellow called Luke. Disney changed him, and now we all puke. His sister's called Leia. She don't have a Preya. There's no depth that they won't. Sorry, let me reread that because I'm laughing. There once was a fellow called Luke. Disney changed him, and now we all puke. His sister's called Leia, and she don't have a Preya. There's no depth that Disney won't stoop. True. I like it. I love these. If one of our listeners out there wants to combine all the limericks of Mareth Dialeen, we'll put out a small leather-bound book in 2020. I love them, though. They always bring a smile to my face and make me chuckle. So thank you, Mareth Dialeen, very much. We had a $5 super chat retracted. Thank you very much, though, for even taking the time to send it in. Let's see. Gerhard Van Staden. Have you checked out Norseman yet? Also, really looking forward to you doing a pre-Disney Star Wars games live stream. Long live Lord Muff of the Shitters. Lord Muff of the Shitters. Cool. I like it. I did purchase equipment for the channel to do a couple non-PlayStation 4 streams. There's an ultimate one that you guys are all waiting for. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, if I can figure out a way to get my GameCube or my Nintendo Wii hooked up, I'd love to do a long play of Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2, talk about the lore with the fans, just have a good time. I would love to do that. I have not checked out Norseman yet. A lot of people are like, have you done this? Have you done that? I would love to. I'm just in the middle of, like I said, organizing Christmas with my grandma and then doing the comic book pages, because I am responsible for writing, penciling, and inking, and then the other jobs go out. So I'm trying to get my end done properly so I can send them off and then go back to doing tons and tons of content while we wait to get the colors back and then, ship them off to the printer. I gotta say this, the page I did yesterday, I drew it twice. The first one, didn't like it, so I thought, I'm gonna redo it. Second time, maybe my favorite page in the book. Well, no. The page before it's my favorite. It makes me laugh so hard. See, folks, with Stealing Solo, it's a laugh comic. It's one of those. You get a fight scene, you get all that stuff, but visual puns and jokes, it's a parody. It's meant to make you laugh, like Mad Magazine. I really respect Mad Magazine for what it is, and, well, that's what Stealing Solo is. If you guys are just joining us, we've been discussing the the Daredevil cancellation. And Disney Plus is not getting these new shows. So, for the ones that are canceled so far, Daredevil hit me. The other ones, kind of bad to say this, but I don't care as much. I can live without ever knowing what happens with Luke Cage. But I would watch it if I found out. Like, where'd Rosario Dawson go? What's up with Ward Meacham on Iron Fist? I would like that. Now, let's see what else I wanted to cover about this Marvel stuff. Oh, Disney Plus. So Disney Plus will be out next year. I'm not going to buy it on principle. The only way I would ever get it is if somebody sent me like one of those Netflix gift cards that says, here, now you have to have it. Please don't send me those. Please don't make those. I don't want this. But there's all kinds of stuff coming, and based on what they're talking about, I have very little interest in it. I don't find it exciting. So they got a Lady and the Tramp show coming out. They got a thing called Magic Camp, something with Anna Kendrick. 3 Men and a Baby is coming to the Disney streaming service, as well as Father of the Bride, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, The Parent Trap, Sword in the Stone. It's going to get a live-action remake. Ugh, how much live-action, how much CGI. They're going to adapt Don Quixote. Admittedly, that one could be cool, because that's a story they've never, ever done. But the stuff that's really coming to the Disney streaming service that I'm looking at does not interest me whatsoever. It's not even an anti-Star Wars Disney thing. I'm being honest right now. The stuff that they are bringing sounds stupid. So they're making High Fidelity, the movie, a TV show. Clone Wars Season 7. If we found out that Clone Wars was too violent initially, so they're going to tone it down, but people are blinded by nostalgia and want to blame me for saying something so horrible. Fuck them. More High School Musical. A new Mighty Ducks series, Monsters, Inc. series, Muppets, Loki series, Scarlet Witch series, Falcon and Winter Soldier series. That one actually sounds kind of cool. But The Mandalorian is the big one because it's in production. We know the most about it so far because a major plot detail has been possibly revealed. So, spoilers for a show you're not going to fucking watch. The new details surrounding the plot of the upcoming Star Wars live-action TV show, The Mandalorian, have potentially been revealed. Created by Iron Man director Jon Favreau, The Mandalorian was announced back in October and will take place between episodes 6 and 7, airing for 10 episodes on the Disney streaming service sometime in 2020. In the past few months, fans have gotten a lot of details surrounding the first live-action Star Wars TV show, including a first look at the Mandalorian warrior, it bears a striking resemblance to the Mandalorian design in the canceled 1313 video game. Dave Filoni will direct the pilot episode, and we don't care who else is directing it. New details surrounding the Mandalorian have potentially leaked thanks to the Making Star Wars. You mean Star Making Wars. The Mandalorian will reportedly revolve around the Mandalorian warrior finding a child on one of his missions and refusing to kill the child. The Mandalorian will then detail the journey of the Mandalorian warrior and this child as he grows up to be the heir to Mandalore. Making Star Making Wars revealed that by episode 3, the armor for the Mandalorian will be completely changed. The revelation about the Mandalorian is intriguing for a few reasons. If these plot details turn out to be true, then the previous leaked set video for the Mandalorian could be showing the Mandalorian warrior carrying a baby on his back rather than a weapon or a jetpack. Also, if the Mandalorian will feature a story about a baby, then this child will be around the same age as a character like Poe, Dameron, Rey, and Finn in the current Star Wars trilogy. Assuming that this information is true, it may only hint at what the fans could see in The Mandalorian, but future Star Wars projects as well. And even though it's still speculation at this point, the baby in the show could potentially turn out to be the heir to Mandalore, which is also playing a more significant role in the future Star Wars projects, such as Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy, ain't gonna happen, or even the upcoming series from the Game of Thrones people. I don't like that. Oh my god, I don't like that one bit at all. Let me know what you guys think before I start screaming. Let me read Mareptialine Super Chat. Thank you, Mareptialine. Most of the limericks I have are from songs I learned at the Renaissance Festival. Might upload a video of me singing it. Ooh, cool. Feel free to post it on our Facebook page when you do, man. You know how I am about community stuff. If you got something cool and creative you want to do, share it with us. People will love to check it out. Yeah, I'm feeling that they're going to slip in the father-daughter dynamic. He raises a baby girl to be the heir to Mandalore. So this Mandalorian race is now going to be, she's going to be the strongest in the galaxy or something. You know, it's funny. For every time I think Star Wars is going to slightly veer off into better territory, stupid shit like this happens. Isn't there some, isn't there a famous, yeah, Wolf and Cub, there we go. I was going to say, isn't there some famous Japanese movie, some samurai film about the same fucking thing? Star Wars and creativity do not go hand in hand. And I know you're going to say, but Jeff, the Kurosawa films, hidden, all these things that Star Wars referenced. I get it. I understand. But much like Raiders of the Lost Ark that referenced past serials and fun things, and Star Wars referenced Flash Gordon with the crawl and all that stuff, by the second movies in said franchises, they became their own identity. Star Wars is 41 years old, okay? It has had its own identity since 1980 because it became the world of Star Wars, and it developed shit as the world of Star Wars. It didn't take plot points and elements from other things so brazenly as it did in the first one, because they were trying to develop something new. Once you had your own brand, your own IP, your own movie and story, you developed it and moved further from there. But with this new Mandalorian thing, we go back because for some reason these people cannot figure out what makes Star Wars work. So, what did George Lucas do? Well, he copied shit from Japan. We're gonna copy shit from Japan. What in the hell are they thinking? They're not. Honestly, they're not thinking. I don't like that idea at all. Oh, the armor's gonna change this and that. I wanted a fucking spaghetti western Star Wars movie with the Mandalorian show. Just dark and fun and, oh, he's the bad guy and we're rooting for him. I don't want this noble Mandalorian that's raising a child on his own and shit. That's what Jango Fett did. But he got his head chopped off in the process. And now we're going to have it with this show. So Pedro Pascal isn't really the lead. He's just holding the reins until whatever white British woman they get to play the role picks up the Mandalorian helmet. And then we got Mandalorian with boobs action figures. And people are going to go, oh, that's so great and empowering. And if you disagree, you're a sexist, misogynist dinosaur, relic of the Cold War. Ugh. Tell me what movie that's from. So, we have 337 folks watching. Let's get 337 thumbs up, please. Let's make that happen. This community's strong. We're growing still. Actually, we've grown a lot over the weekend. I was like, cool, the numbers went up quite a bit. So you guys are digging what we're doing. Let's make this happen. I want to get a live stream that has the same amount of thumbs up as it does people watching. So if you're working and lurking, take a moment. If your boss is looking, say, hey, what the hell is that? Give us a thumbs up, get right back to work. Your boss will say, what? I don't know, boss. I thought a bug was going to land on your head. Grendel-fan84, thank you very much. I'm praying to God that these shows are practical jokes intent to set us off because they sound terrible. Or maybe it's to subvert our expectations. Grendel-fan, subverting our expectations seems to be their lot in life. We're made to suffer for the stupidity of Disney Star Wars. And like I said, I wasn't getting soft on Disney Star Wars, but I found it comforting and reassuring, yet I'm coming from a place of sarcasm when I say this, that they have to rely on original trilogy stuff with the new Disney Galaxy of Adventures, or Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures. I said it twice in a row correctly. Ha! So they went back to that. And now they want to go back and do something like this. This Cassian Andor show and this Mandalorian show are dumpster fires waiting to happen. I would love to have a GIF right now play of a dumpster fire. Close your eyes and imagine a dumpster fire with the word Star Wars slapped on the front. Or the Hindenburg or something. It's just Star Wars, the Great Depression. That's where we are right now. So, I talk about these things, and I'm thinking to myself, oh well, it's just entertainment news. But the reason why this channel and so many people get so passionate about entertainment isn't for the lulz. This isn't lolcow in the morning. It's because our popular culture is a reflection of us. Historically. Except now it's not. It's a reflection of a small minority of people on the internet that pay attention to an even smaller minority of people on the internet. And the great majority of people are just so apathetic about the crap that's coming out that they may forget to go see it. You know, I think DC is in a very dangerous place because as I look at the Aquaman trailer, I think to myself, oh, this looks cool, this looks interesting and unique. But because DC has failed to perform over the last few years, well, people just may not go see, it's too close to Christmas, it's this, it's that. Well, Star Wars Episode 9 comes out on the 20th of December next year, 5 days before Christmas. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. It's dangerous to rely on the IPs that have been bastardized over the past couple of years because other people, like myself, like you out there, well, I could go see Star Wars with my friends, or I could stay at home and clip my toenails. Well, I hated The Last Jedi, so I think I'm going to clip my toenails. And then the next day you go to work, and then it's Christmas, and then this and that. And it's 6 months later, I didn't even see Episode 9. Holy shit, I got all the Star Wars movies. I still haven't seen that one. That's okay. I didn't see Solo either. I don't really need to watch this Disney show. That's the dangerous position that they're in. That is the dangerous situation that Star Wars is in as a whole. And as a fan of Star Wars, I'm saddened, but as a fan of Star Wars, I'm also very happy because they did it to themselves. People are thinking it's going to get pushed to 2020 for reshoots. What comes out in summer of 2020 from Marvel? I think, hear me out, they're going to pump it out just to get, I would love for them to go to reshoots. It would be, oh my god, the speculation could be endless. I could have 500,000 videos about shit. Okay, maybe just 50 or 60. But the point is, that would be stupid but funny. But I think they want to get through this current era of Star Wars because it seems to set people off. I guess from their point of view, they think, well, we're trying something and all they want to do is bitch at us. Now you got your Kathleen Kennedys of the world, that's two, Yomi Jr., they just want to keep, poking the bear, put salt in the wounds. Oh, you guys didn't love this? Well, here's more of it. You'll buy because it's Star Wars or you're a sexist. It's like, that doesn't work anymore. But you have to think up at the top, people that make Star Wars, that want to make more money from Star Wars, think to themselves, shit, what can we do? What can we do to appease these people? They seem to not like the current era. Well, listen to a channel like this. Well, we don't like it because it's a bad story, this, that, and the other. Nothing to do with the gender or the color of the characters. So they push forward, and they want to get through this era of Star Wars, and then they want to move into a new era. That's why they keep talking about this Benioff and Weiss thing, because Game of Thrones is about to end, but Game of Thrones still has a lot of respect from the community. Both, people like my aunt who love Game of Thrones on a TV show level, but think it's the greatest show ever made, so she watches it religiously. But she will move to something else because she's not into sword and sorcery culture, high fantasy. She likes it because of the show that it is. A lot of people are in that headspace. Once Game of Thrones goes away and becomes less relevant in the public eye, the appetizing nature of a game of Star Wars created by Game of Thrones people slowly loses its luster. So it's a timed thing. Because if you would have said, from the creators of Dexter comes Daredevil, back in 2009, be going crazy. You would have said it in 2015 when the show ended, or 2012, or whenever Dexter ended. Oh, no, thank you. I don't want to see that. So I don't think that they will do that unless they desperately have to. I think they think of episode 9 as, we just got to get through it. We made mistakes, or somebody knows that. Maybe not Kathleen Kennedy and her story group, but somebody out there knows that they have made consistent mistakes with the marketing. I read a really great article on Jedi Temple Archives about how Star Wars toy sales, not about the sales, about how the glut of episode... Okay, so there's this thing called the Vintage Collection, and it's called the Vintage Collection for two reasons. Mainly because they come on these vintage card backs, the design of the original Star Wars toys. So that's why they're called the Vintage Collection. But they're also higher end figures. They're more expensive. They have better articulation, better paint apps in theory. So they're like the premier, the prestige action figures of the 3 3/4 inch scale. So they decided to relaunch that after the glut of Last Jedi and Force Awakens toys that didn't... They shipped. Like, Disney made their money. Hasbro made their money, but they didn't really sell at retail, so people order less and less. That is why you see a diminishing Star Wars wall, but even when there's not a Marvel movie out, there's still a huge selection of Marvel figures. I digress. My point is, when you think vintage Star Wars, you think of Vader, Luke, Han, Leia, Chewbacca, even Grand Moff Tarkin. You think of these classic, iconic characters. What happened with this is they decided to push Rey, Kylo Ren, the fat First Order Stormtrooper. The only one they really put out in the line that was hard to find for a minute was the Rebel Trooper, the Rebel Hoth Trooper, who was just a repack from a couple years ago, maybe a slight variation. Then you get to Wave 2 that features Solo from Solo, a Star Wars story, fully articulated. I have never seen that in public. Hell, I may even pick it up because you could take apart certain things and kit bash a better Han Solo figure. But again, I digress. The point I'm trying to get to is that they have pushed Rey, and Rey is now on clearance constantly. At every GameStop I go to, that Rey figure is 25% cheaper than the other figures. It's not about her being a woman. It's about her being an unpopular character. But I firmly believe that it is Disney's, Lucasfilm's intent to push her and to make Star Wars a Girls Can Too brand when it's antithetical to what Star Wars is. It's always been an inclusive thing. You know, you've had the Force for Diversity cartoon, which it went nowhere. The dolls, which literally went nowhere. That's why they're $5. I think they're originally $20, so they're 75% cheaper at Ollie's than they were at mainline retail. And go back and watch my Death of Toys R Us video. You will see stacks and stacks of those dolls. That's not just a one-time store. I go to multiple Toys R Us in the fucking 2 different states. Those Force for Diversity dolls just didn't move. They tried to make Star Wars something it wasn't, and this vintage line is now having a backlog of glut because they're pushing Rey and all these new characters that just aren't popular. I've seen Kylo Ren just as much as I've seen Rey, but he's not discounted. And the sad part is, the good stuff is... Oh, and Jyn Erso. They keep trying to sell Jyn Erso, but that's just not working either. But the sad part is that the next wave of the figures are the good ones. The Han Solo and Stormtrooper gear with the photorealistic face. You know, the droids, this, that, and the other. They always are trying with Star Wars. It's like, push the garbage shit. The good shit is in higher demand, lower quantities. You can't get it. And then people just give up. Because people aren't going to just... Here's the thing. Some collectors say, I buy every figure. Every time I go to the store, I buy a figure, even if I have it, so they can put out a new case and order new figures. That's, you know, Chewbacca fan 0824, the Virgin. You know, that guy will do that. Good for you, Chewbacca 0842 fan of the Virgin. You can enjoy buying your army of Rose Ticos just to... Well, Ethan does it too, but he's cool. Fine, your army of Jyn Ersos. You can do it too. But they're stuck. That's a weird long analogy, a weird way of saying the good shit always gets pushed back. They pump new stuff and they just kind of dangle the carrot and people won't wait. Admiral Tiberius, thank you very much. Jeff, Star Wars is now Titanic. Andrea, Doria, and Lusitania all rolled into one. If it's not catastrophic enough for you, add in the Donner Party then. Fuck. They're going to cannibalize themselves? Well, they already are. Oh, I like that one. Yeah, it you know, it's all those terrible things. It's all those terrible things. And I don't enjoy it being those terrible things. I want it to be good. But they keep making those decisions. That is the beauty of life. Life is based on decisions. You know, good for them. They just made the wrong ones. Comic Book Cast still thinks the toys are selling. Let them go make up their bullshit stories. Go back and watch. This is the Spider-Man costume from the new movie. It wasn't. I don't trust them, so I unsubscribed. Based on their track record of garbage and, I don't know, lack of facts, I don't pay attention to them. Now, for example, here we pulled out the sheets, the earnings report, the acquired brands have been down consistently. What's an acquired brand? Star Wars. We have reports from CNN, CNBC, Bloomberg. I don't know, reputable financial sources consistently. Plus, I know about this shit. I don't just talk about it because it's popular. Hell, to quote Ethan, I started this gangster shit. I do more Star Wars toy sale videos than anybody else, and they get the most views. Why? Because I go out into the field, I show them to you, and then I pull out the facts and figures. No pun intended about figures. So everybody can think the toys are selling, but instead of going to your local Walmart, I hope you understand how waves work, how case assortment works, what's a reship, what's a repack, what's been on the shelves for years. All those Millennium Falcons I used to find, they weren't just remade Millennium Falcons. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. So for everybody out there that wants to have an opinion about it, you're fucking wrong. Get the facts. Know how this shit works. Loop and Chewy, they released it. Then it moved to cheap secondhand retail stores. That's how all this stuff worked, guys. They didn't produce extra figures for the cheap stores. No, they produced it. Walmart, Target, Toys R Us. Somebody bought it. Didn't sell, sold it to Ollie's, who sold it for cheap. Break All Day, thank you very much. In LA, Star Wars needs Old Republic in the timeline. Damn. Break All Day, you finally made it. Yeah, so folks, if you were listening to our Star Wars stream, Break All Day was driving from Texas to LA. It was like a 20-hour trip. And listened to our entire stream the entire time. So Break All Day, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you're safe. Glad you had some rest. I needed some rest, too, after our journey. But man, you are a traveler, and I'm glad you're safe. And if you have to do the same drive home, I hope you check out some more World Class Bullshitters content. Shit, if I had the time, I'd say, let's do a Break All Day stream. Break All Day, you pick a movie, we'll watch the entire series while you drive. Can't, but I'd love to. Swinging Cod, thank you very much. About 40 minutes behind. You forgot the worst Marvel movie, Man-Thing, straight to DVD and in my collection. It sucks. You know what? I haven't seen every Marvel movie then. I've never seen Man-Thing straight to DVD. Unless it was on Sci-Fi at one point, which I may have watched it when it was on TV, but I don't own it. I've seen the Nick Fury show. Again, don't own that. I do, for some reason, own Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. That's all I can say. I somehow own that movie. Oh, because it came in a 2-pack with Daredevil on the cheap for like $6 combined on Blu-ray. And I love a good deal. Even if I don't want something, if it's super cheap, like, I don't really need this 1992 Hulk Hogan from Hasbro, but it's only $3 in the package and it's worth $80. I think I'm going to buy it and hold on to it. You know, like, that's me sometimes, where it's like, I don't really need this Daredevil Shadowland action figure, but, you know, it's only $6. Oh, shit, I gotta go to Walmart. My order's finally available. They had some Black Friday deals that couldn't pass up. Thunder Robots, thank you very much. Subvert Our Expectations has been successful. We all expected it to be good. Saw The Last Jedi, vintage-style figures, and vintage packaging at Walmart. Yes, you have... Yeah, you saw Snoke, and I think the other ones are from The Force Awakens. The Last Jedi is retail cyanide. You know, you take too much of it, you die. You know, a little bit of it burns your mouth out like Silva's in Skyfall, but too much and you're a goner like Mr. Jones from Government House. Man, my recall's really on point today. Tell me who Government House is. Who's Mr. Jones? But back to the point you're making. Yes, subvert our expectations with making something we're all blown away by. Last Jedi merchandise, it's in a weird transition period. People say, I don't see it anymore. It means it's sold. Not really. Because remember, folks, the Target stuff, those exclusive 12-inch hollow plastic figurines that everyone said, oh, they sold out in Target. No, after a while, Target just sold its back stock or whatever to Ollie's, and we have video evidence of that. We also have, so if they do it like that, the Last Jedi stuff is sitting somewhere that'll be popping up at Ollie's in the near future. I expect Ollie's to put out more Last Jedi stuff post-holiday season to try to move some stuff if they can sell their current Star Wars glut, or expect it heavily when we get to Episode 9. As the, oh, you want Star Wars toys, but you can't afford them at full price? Well, go to Ollie's. We got Rose Tico, Rey, and Finn, and Poe for $1. Kroger had it last year, buddy. Well, you can get it now for $1. See, that's how it'll work. Opinionated Junkie, thank you very much. Diversity is required unless it is minorities. Well, here's the thing. The word diversity has become almost a tainted word because I like a diverse group of ideas. Hell, I don't mind a diverse group of people. I don't ever walk into a room and say I need to be surrounded by somebody that looks just like me, because nobody looks like me, which is cool. I kind of like that. But like our podcast fits their definition of diverse. Look at the icon on your screen. You got a mixed man like me. You got Dion who's black, Nick who's maybe Samoan, and then Kenda who's white. By their rule, you're technically diverse in terms of racial diversity. Our show is not intentionally diverse. We didn't get Nick involved because we needed a guy of Samoan descent. We are all friends who have different life experience, different life views on entertainment, and we just so happen to be that. We could use the moniker the most diverse podcast on the internet and all this garbage crap, but that is not it's not what we would be lumped as, because just because you're diverse doesn't mean you're good. And two, we don't want to that word has just been tainted. It's ruined. Natural diversity is great. Forced diversity is not. When I went to this private high school my freshman year, I hated it. You had to take a big test to get in. I got in. I got a scholarship. Fine. But I got there, and they put me in all these minority groups. They made me stay after school to hang out and learn about my cultural identity. I'm like, what the fuck is this? First off, I don't consider myself black or white. I consider myself in between, which is what I am. Or I just consider myself me. I don't want to be lumped in with one group. I don't want to be forced to hang out with a group of anybody. So that really put me in the wrong place too, because even back in 2003 when they were trying this shit, it just isn't natural, it isn't right. And it trickles into entertainment, it trickles into all these things out there, and when you force it on people, you turn them off. If you integrated, you integrated more women into each Star Wars film organically. No, it wasn't even a thought. Like, you had Princess Leia was really the only one in the first one. Then you had that Bria Thal lady on Endor. Then you had Mon Mothma, who was the leader of the rebellion and all this stuff. In 83, 93, 03, people weren't going, man, Mon Mothma there's just too many women in Star Wars. That wasn't an argument that was had back then or even today. And there really isn't an argument about too many women today. It's that it's just pointless characters that they don't flesh out. You could have a black female Jedi, and she could be kick-ass. I mean, you had Luminara Unduli and all those other ones from the George Lucas era that you think, well, they're not really fleshed out in the movie. Well, you know what? They're fleshed out in everything else that they appear in, and they have identities of their own. They're interesting characters. When I think of Ahsoka, I don't go female, orange, whatever. I just think of, literally the first thing I think of when you say Ahsoka Tano is Anakin's Padawan. Cool. With these other characters, because Disney has made it about their gender and their color, that we have made it about that too. And it's all dumb. That's all I can say is it's all dumb. The Pui. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, the Pui. I hope you heard earlier in the show how I had your... Actually, I'm holding it right now. The little Han Solo you sent me. I love that thing so much. I played around with it during our A New Hope stream. Like I said, it's like a little cartoon character come to life. It's very cleanly painted, and I love it. So thank you again, but Pui, good morning. It's always good to have you here on the show. American Trent got it. There you go. Trent got the reference. Brandon Moist, thank you very much for joining us. The moisture was real during Attack of the Clones with you and Yakov Merc. Shout out to him as well in his Galaxy Ascendant series. Ollie's Near Me is starting to have some Last Jedi merch. Oh, okay. Well, don't be too proud of the technological terror they constructed. Okay, that one didn't work. just avoid it, man. Don't touch it. If you have to, go down the pet section, get one of those pooper scoopers, and put it in the trash. Ollie's will thank you for saving them money. Now, one of the listeners told me in the UK, they're like, there's this store called like Smith's, or I don't know exactly what the name is, but it's a discount store. If it doesn't sell, they throw it out. And I think that's where we are with Star Wars stuff soon. They're going to throw it out. Like, if you're out there and you find Star Wars toys in a landfill, or you have access to a landfill and you want me to come film with tons of Star Wars toys, I'll show up. We'll make it happen. I'm Ollie's best customer of 2018. Actually, that award should go to my mom. My mom loves that store. She's like, let's go to Ollie's. Because we'll be out, like, going to Costco or something. And she always gets stuff. Me, I probably have brought more awareness to Ollie's than anyone else. Like, if Ollie's wants to give me an award, I'm going to take it. I feel like it's about time that I'm recognized for my achievement in the discount bargain chain outlet video production team. I'll take that award, my free roast beef dinner, and a gift certificate to Olive Garden. But my mom shops there way more than I do, so let's give her a shout out. Let's give her a shout out anyway. It's getting close to Christmas. She's a good lady. She works really hard. A shout out to everybody's mom or dad who's out there working hard. Or if you're a mom and dad, you're out there working hard. Shout out to you too. We'll pull a Jeremy. Swig of coffee for everybody. Cesario Japan, thank you very much. Target usually donates outdated stock to the nearest Goodwill. The fact that those Star Wars toys weren't donated is sad. Not even a thrift store wants it. Well, for somebody that says, well, they sold. No, we have, like I said, video proof of them being at a discount chain. I guess donating outdated stock is only cool when somebody else won't buy it. And I guess Ollie's, being the discount chain that they are, and what the low barrier of quality for them is, it's Star Wars. So we're going to buy Star Wars stuff and sell it cheap. Okay. Where are your Marvel Legends figures? Only once have I ever seen Marvel Legends figures at an Ollie's. It was at that Ollie's that I film at in Kentucky, and they had the Captain America werewolf wave, and that was it. They didn't have Marvel Legends for Spider-Man or any of these big characters. I picked up a Captain America for $7. That toy line just doesn't get to discount retail. That's all I can say. Toys for Tots isn't accepting Star Wars. That'd be hilarious if that was true. I would laugh my ass off. There was a holiday donation thing that I wanted to get involved with, but it just kind of fell through. Next year we will. We'll do some cool stuff like that. Last thing I want to do though is lump crappy Last Jedi and Disney era Hasbro Star Wars toys on kids. Give kids what they want. You know, if a kid wants a Ninja Turtle, give him a Ninja Turtle. Jake Skywalker, just ain't what's hot in the streets. Good morning to you, Laura, by the way. So, the closer we get to the end of the year, actually the closer we get to Christmas, I'm going to do just a fun little list of, like, you know, a couple things for the geek or the gamer, no copyright infringement intended, for gift ideas. So if you're out there and you're like, I have a friend, I myself am those things, what should I get? Well, I got a couple things for you guys that you might want to check out this year. And high atop that list are 2, maybe 3 video games. We'll find out if the third one's any good. So let's see what else I wanted to cover today. Mandalorian. Oh, yeah. Big news. Big news. Now, this is news that when it breaks, I will stop what I'm doing to go live. Because I personally give a shit about this more than almost anybody else in the world. The Avengers 4 trailer. It finally has a release date, and it's coming after the second Captain Marvel trailer. So the second part of that sentence I don't give a shit about. But this comes from Cinema Blend. It's finally happening! After an incredibly long wait, an even more incredible amount of speculation, we now have a date for the Avengers trailer. This Wednesday morning, December 5th. So, guys, how this will work is, let's see what it's going to be on. Good Morning America. Yeah, so, while it does put a smile on my face, to be clear, Marvel has yet to officially confirm that trailer date and time, but has been announced by multiple sources, including Slash Film, Dis Insider, Super Bros Movies, and MCU Cosmic. It sounds like the trailer should drop on Good Morning America on ABC, which is part of the Disney/Marvel family. That's unconfirmed, but get your butt up early. Well, if you listen to Good Morning Pop Culture, if you're working and lurking like the best people in the real world, well, you already know about that. So, while we talk about this, let's look at something else. Captain Marvel. Back to the article. Marvel did confirm that a second Captain Marvel trailer will be coming Monday, tomorrow night, or tonight, and they shared a new poster. So, the Avengers trailer, like I said, guys, on Good Morning Pop Culture, how this will work is I will have Good Morning America on silently during Good Morning Pop Culture, and I will discuss it live, and then I will cut that reaction up, and I will put that on the channel as a separate video. So if you miss it, you don't have to listen to all of Good Morning Pop Culture to get caught up on that news. But the Captain Marvel trailer comes out tonight during Monday Night Football. So if you thought it was incredible when Mick Foley won the WWF title in 1998 for all the people that switched from WCW to the WWF. Wait until 1.5 million people switch the channel when the Captain Marvel trailer comes on. I'm just joking. Or am I? You'll never know. But in all honesty, folks, this Captain Marvel poster, this Captain Marvel trailer, it is the next in the MCU in terms of films, and it's the film that has the most people worried. Not because it's a woman. Nobody bitched about Wonder Woman being a woman. See, Wonder Woman's a great character. She's had the legacy, the lineage, and Gal Gadot is not unlike one. I mean, Gal Gadot is so charming and charismatic that you can't help but like her. You know, when Ezra Miller, the Flash, tried to say some stupid shit to her to get her to basically throw fans under the bus, she was just like, no. So she gets it. But when Brie Larson's stinky self puts out really garbage shit about the Memorial Stan Lee, how she puts out Smilegate and all this other crap, oh, we don't need white critics making reviews for films, you get worried because it's this type of person, and this type of person, one, she's okay as an actress. Just because you win an Oscar doesn't make you great. Just because a film wins an Oscar doesn't make it the greatest film of the year. Annie Hall beats Star Wars at the Academy Awards. Star Wars was the better film. Hands down. Excuse me if I stepped on your toes, Woody Allen fans of America. But Captain Marvel's actress, Brie Larson, says some shit that makes you concerned. And everyone has the right to say what they want. You have the freedom of speech here in America. But we also have the right to disagree with you, to say what we want, to interpret what you say, and to give you our take on it. So that is all we do. We do exactly what you do. What's fair is fair. If you understand that movie reference, I will hug you in person. But this trailer drops tonight. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm not going to stay up. I'm not going to go live for this fucking trailer. I really don't give a shit. I will see this movie for the channel. This movie couldn't be coming at a worse time. To me, this is like Black Panther. And I don't mean because it features a woman or Black Panther had a black lead. The problem is that these movies, even Ant-Man, let's throw Ant-Man in there. Well, no, Ant-Man doesn't work. Ant-Man doesn't fit what I want to say. Black Panther and Captain Marvel are coming before the big event. They're, 60 days before the big main Marvel movie of the year, an Avengers film. If these movies were to come out in years where there weren't an Avengers film, I'd be more interested because they'd be the Marvel movie of the year. But I consider Black Panther the secondary Marvel movie of 2018. Avengers, main event. Ant-Man, I guess he's the tertiary star of the year. I can't tell you that I was surprised to be disappointed by that film. Is it bad? No. Is it great? No. I thought the first one beat the shit out of it. Ant-Man 2 feels very inconsequential until I see Infinity War. But this film feels like a roadblock until I can get what I want. And I guess it's me being maybe a little too anxious, a little too selfish, but my God, do I not care about this film existing because it holds up the weight for Avengers. And people say, but Jeff, it's going to build towards Avengers. I don't need her at all. I didn't need the Black Panther movie before Avengers. The only thing Black Panther added was the Battle of Wakanda, which I feel is the weakest part of the film in Infinity War anyway. I wanted to see all the Avengers on Titan taking their shot at Thanos. I feel that the fight on Titan beats the shit out of the fight on Wakanda. People say, but it's so cool when Proxima Midnight gets shot up by that giant axe wheel. Cool, if you like the giant axe wheel, fine, good, more power to you. But the part where Mantis has Thanos' head, and they're trying to pull off the glove, and then Star-Lord flips out and calls him an asshole, to me, that has more emotional depth. It's more interesting. It's really awesome when he gives the finger, and Doctor Strange opens the portal, and he jumps out into it. There's just so much more going on that than on Wakanda, and to me, Black Panther only introduces you to Wakanda, and that's about it. This film, again, it takes place in the past. It's going to expand the Marvel Universe into space. Guardians did it first. I don't really care. There's this wave of 90s nostalgia coming. Awesome. This can bring back the revival of Nirvana. Play Come As You Are in the trailers or some dumb shit like that. You're going to get people spurging out online. More power to you if that's your thing. Grindlefan84, thank you much. If Brie cracks a smile, I might be a tad positive. You know that ain't going to happen. Because, Grindlefan, you have a good, natural, accidental segue. So give me a second to pull this up. Because we talk about Captain Marvel and the smile and all this shit. And let me show you guys why her smile will not be prevalent. Or present, excuse me. And, where is it at? So, the first image of Captain Marvel's high-end action figure was released over the weekend. And, well, it's the most realistic Captain Marvel toy. Where'd it go? I wanted to look at Captain Marvel's shitty toy. Well, there's Star-Lord, Kyle Rayner. My point is, the girl doesn't smile in the toy, she doesn't smile in real life. Now, if you're one of those people that says, oh, it's sexist to say smile, why are you here? That's all I can say. So, let me look at Captain Marvel action figure real quick, so we can look at this together. Now, I posted this over on the Facebook page. I'm very good about posting certain things over there. You may not get it on Twitter, but you get it over there on Facebook. So here we go. Here's a good image of the SH Figure Arts Captain Marvel action figure. And so if this is your cup of tea, if you collect SH Figure Arts like I do, well, then you might be excited. But I'm not collecting this one because I don't collect the Marvel SH Figure Arts. I don't think they're good-looking toys. I think for the money, some of the photorealistic Hasbro stuff actually matches them. So here we go. There it is. And much like in real life, she looks glum. So cool. It's a very realistic action figure. I'm glad that she is super realistic and hyper realistic. So realistic, in fact, that she doesn't smile in toy form. Now, for anyone out there that says, male action figures don't smile, I get it. It's a fucking joke. Calm down. But it was kind of noticeable how upset she was. Actually, the thing is, it's a lack of emotion. I feel like when they make these, female-led action films, the fact that they're very grim and serious, they think that's what makes these male characters strong. You know, Dirty Harry doesn't really crack smiles. He makes sarcastic jokes. That's his thing. Look at Han Solo. He smiles. Luke smiles. Princess Leia smiles. Black Widow cracks that weird half-smile thing, but that's her character. Well, that's Captain Marvel's character. No, but Black Widow shows emotion. Even in the trailer, she had more emotions. And, Scarlett Johansson is a better actress. Maybe she hasn't won an Oscar, but she's damn good. So this figure, this segment, was all meant to be, even they can't get a smile on the toy. That's, whatever. Now, this is like a $90 figure. So for all those out there thinking, I'll pick this up for $20 or $10 when it goes on clearance, you can't find this at retail. I believe Hasbro has the exclusive rights to release 6-inch Marvel figures in the U.S. So you can buy these online, but I don't suggest it. So for those wondering, will this sell less than Rey? Remember, this is an exclusive Japanese high-end figure. Now, there's an American equivalent, and we'll look at that too. Now, the American equivalent will probably definitely sell better than the Japanese equivalent. Oh my god, what's funny is how bad the American one looks compared to the Japanese one. Let's look at this together. I was just saying about how, maybe the SH Figure Arts is not that much better than Hasbro. Well, wait till you see how good Samuel L. Jackson looks, but wait till you see how bad Brie Larson looks. That's all I can say. Be prepared for that. So this is the American equivalent right here. And that guy on the right is supposed to be Jude Law. But they really missed the mark. Like, I'll give SH Figure Arts, they were able to capture Brie Larson's appearance. This one, she's equally frowny, but god damn, that looks terrible. So, yeah, people were laughing their asses off at this. These are the Hasbro figures. Nick Fury looks great. I might buy that Samuel L. Jackson figure just to hold on to one until I meet a customizer to make me, I don't know, a better Mace Windu. Grindlefan84, thank you very much. This figure will sell less than Lisa Lionheart. I don't know where you can find SH Figure Arts sales, but you know how you can determine if a figure is successful is when you find it on clearance. So, for example, Captain America from the Infinity War line does not look like Chris Evans. People did not buy that figure. You can get it for 40% off on Amazon. No, that is a Skrull figure. That is Captain Marvel. That is Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury with both eyes. And then I think that is Marvel, a.k.a. Jude Law. So they all do look bad, but Samuel L. Jackson looks great. So I'm excited to pick this up. And to be fair, too, when you see these in person, they usually look a little better because the high contrast lighting, well, just, the big bright lighting doesn't always do it justice. I could take pictures of, I'm trying to think of something that doesn't photograph well. Sideshow Indiana Jones doesn't photograph well, but in person he looks like Harrison Ford. So, there we are. So you guys are kind of savage about Captain Marvel's action figure. It looks like Bruce Jenner. All joking aside, it kind of does. And I'm not trying to, make fun of him, but that really does look like... If you guys need a Caitlyn Jenner action figure for 2019, buy the Captain Marvel. Have somebody take a Mary Jane Spider-Man 1 figure, replace the head, darken the hair. There you go. So, looks like a Men in Black action figure. Yeah, Samuel Jackson. I'll tell you this, if the collar, or if you get an action figure with a better buttoned-up collar, you could buy this figure and take a Will Smith Deadshot and pop the head on there and maybe, fashion some hair and some sunglasses, some black Ray-Bans. There we go. We would have a cool Men... I love Men in Black. I actually have an Agent J figure on my shelf. When Men in Black 3 came out, I bought that instantly because I always wanted Men in Black figures, but the ones that came out with the movie looked like dog shit. They were the wrong color, and I don't mean the skin, I mean the suits. There was a blue Men in Black suit, which made no sense. Or they put them in action costumes and all this other crap. They just didn't look the part. I always hated as a kid, you get these 90s movies that got a really obscure toy line, but they never looked like they did in the movie. You want a Stephen Hillard action figure from Independence Day? Put him in a flight suit, or put him in a flight suit. You don't get to put him in Mars Attacks Jungle Gear or some shit like that. With an afro, it should have been a Pulp Fiction figure. Yeah, I think there is a Jules Winfield action figure, though. So, good morning to everyone that's late. We had a hell of a show. I think we had a really good topical morning. And no, we're not done, so don't click away. I'm not saying goodbye just yet. I wanted to show you guys something else. We're talking about collectibles and toys. And I want to say this. I have for you here the complete argument against anyone that says Star Wars is for kids. So let's see. World Class Bullshitters, a Future Pop podcast. This piece of merchandise showed up on my feed, and I about shit my pants. That's all I can say. So I'm about to show you guys something. Like I said, for everyone that says, well, Star Wars is for kids, well, you show them this picture, and they will shut up. Because if Star Wars was just for kids, Disney could not make this. Now you'll say, oh, is this a Lego set you're about to show me? No, I'm not about to show you a Lego set. Legos are expensive no matter what brand you get. Maybe Star Wars Legos are pricier, but Legos are still pricey. Now, there is no reason why this thing should be priced the way it is. But I'll tell you, no child in America can afford it. So, take a look at the screen for a minute. I'm going to make sure that I pay attention to the first person who gives a holy shit reaction. No, it's not a fleshlight, but those would probably sell really well with the college kids. So, I like this Star Destroyer too. It's a very cool thing, but it's also $16,000. It's a 1:1 scale to the movie prop. So this is the exact same size and scale of what they used to film A New Hope. So it's how many feet long? But it's $16,000. I could see you getting $200, $300 Hot Toys doll or this or that. You could put it on a payment plan, pay $50 a month. Anybody can afford that. $16,000 for a Star Destroyer. You could buy a car for that. Fuck, you could get a Hyundai, a new Hyundai, I think. Yeah, you get a new Hyundai. You can drive. Okay, You are a person that works at a shitty job. You don't have a car. Somebody gives you $16,000. You get a car, you get a Star Destroyer model. Hopefully you're not a moron and you get a car over a Star Destroyer model. Yes, it's for Richie Rich. And if you can get this for Christmas, awesome. I won't even say I'm a little jealous because I wouldn't want this. Where would I put it? It gets shipped to your house in a crate, probably delivered by armed guards maybe. I don't know. But it's just overly priced. And for everyone that wants to... Well, the reason I bring this up is people say, oh, if you criticize the Star Wars Galaxy of Adventure, you're an idiot. Star Wars is for children. This, that, and the other. Is it, though? Is it? Because the high-end collectibles, the high-end merchandising says that Star Wars is for the kids that grew up. That is why they have failed with Star Wars to a degree. Yes, you want to hook new audiences, but look at the MCU characters. There's only one kid, Spider-Man, and he was already had a big buy-in fan base. The MCU is built on the back of Robert Downey Jr., who's like almost 50, maybe 50. Iron Man's an older man. Kids like Iron Man. Adults like Iron Man. It's not full of kiddie, stupid shit. You know, he sleeps with reporters, he does dirty shit, he kills people. Those movies aren't necessarily kiddified. They're PG-13, but there's violence and death and all this other stuff. So the reason Marvel works is because it's got a happy medium. The reason Star Wars has made the money it has is because of an IP and the legacy. But the further we get away from nostalgia, the further we get away, seriously, the closer we get to realizing how bad this stuff is. I don't know if it has fiber optic lighting or any of that stuff like that, but I saw this on Facebook and I about shit my pants. So, the crate reads Fragile. I watched that last night. I watched that film while I was working on the initial Page for Stealing Solo that wasn't good enough. So, I love a Christmas story. And we're getting closer and closer to Christmas, and we're going to find some time to do a couple Christmas movies for here on the channel, because we all love Christmas. Even somebody like Nick, who historically his people don't celebrate Christmas in Samoa. They just celebrate a stick with a ham on it. We all love Christmas movies. We all have our favorites, so we're going to be doing some of those. So right now in the chat, tell me what some of your favorites are and why. I like to know why you guys like stuff. Like if you were to say, Jeff, why do you like Beverly Hills Cop so much? I could write you a paper on why I like Beverly Hills Cop, or why do you like Star Wars or this and that. I don't know, maybe in my own time, I like to think a lot. Why do I like certain things? But I find it interesting to know why other people like certain things. Like if you were to say to me, Jeff, I love your show, I'm a patron, this, that, and the other, but I love Funko Pops and Star Wars Episode 7. Cool. I'm happy to have a discussion with you why you enjoy those things, and I won't even try to insult your intelligence and tell you you're wrong. I would just wonder why. So tell me how much, what some of the Christmas movies you guys like and why you like them. Now for the channel in the coming weeks, I'm going to be doing streams, as I said. We're going to do, well, maybe not streams, but commentaries. So we'll have a Christmas Story and Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, Die Hard, all those things. So be prepared for some fun, some holiday cheer, if you will, from world-class bullshitters. So Maverick X likes Home Alone. Mutter Meeseeks, welcome to the party, pal. You may be late, but we're still happy to have you, and you can always catch us on the replay. Brandon Moist says, we should try to get a Charity High Council episode. All the super chats could go towards charity the community votes on. It's a possibility. I will talk to Ethan and Jeremy about that, and we'll see how we want to work that out, and I'll float the idea there. There are taxes and fees involved with super chats, just to let you guys know. I'm gonna move personally over to Streamlabs where it's better, but as of now, YouTube takes a big cut. And while people say that's bullshit, I'm just happy to be able to do this. So in the meantime, I'm not gonna complain too much. You know, you give them what they have to take, and you enjoy the rest, and we'll see how that goes. But Brandon Moist, thank you again. I will talk to Ethan and Jeremy to see what's up about that. Holdo's Muff is still here. Thank God, I thought we lost him. Loves Jingle All the Way. Let's see. Die Hard, excellent choice. Yes, Die Hard counts as a Christmas movie here on this channel. Bruce Willis is wrong if he says otherwise. Lethal Weapon 1 also counts as a Christmas movie. And for the person out there who requested a Lethal Weapon 3 commentary, I will try to find some time for Dion and make that happen soon. Fucking love Lethal Weapon 3. Die Hard 2, okay. Trent gave a list. Christmas Vacation, Scrooge, Jingle All the Way, The Santa Claus, Mother Christmas Carol, what's a Carol? There's Carol Co-Productions, they're no longer with us. They did Terminator 2. Surviving Christmas, Christmas with the Cranks, Fred Claus, Elf, It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story. Oh, God, Trent, you gave a good list. I love Christmas Vacation and Scrooge, and I like Jingle All the Way. It's a guilty pleasure. Santa Claus, Christmas Carol, Muppet Christmas Carol, that's okay. I like, the Muppet one's fine. I have it on tape with Michael Caine. Surviving Christmas, never seen it. Christmas with the Cranks, like it. Fred Claus, never seen it. It's a Wonderful Life, never seen it. Christmas Story, love it. Okay, Holdos Muff, you've been a busy muff these days. Well, I'm glad you're not too busy for world-class bullshitters. Are we still allowed to, steal Rudolph? You guys can pick whatever you want. If somebody can make a compelling argument to why Batman Returns is your favorite Christmas movie, fine. I'll hear that argument, and I'll enjoy it. I don't like Batman Returns, but I'd like to hear why it's your favorite Christmas movie. So, there we go. Iron Man 3 is your favorite Christmas movie. There you go. Takes place at Christmas. It's a Christmas movie. Bad Santa. That's a great film. Is Gremlins a Christmas movie? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know, Rugis, I was discussing It's a Wonderful Life with my mom last night. Over dinner, actually. I said something about how I've never seen it. And she goes, yeah, neither have I, and all this stuff. And we talked about it, and then we were just kind of like, maybe we'll watch it. And then we decided we were going to watch the Kurt Russell Christmas movie instead. Grando Fan 84, thank you very much for your very generous super chat. The Justice League Christmas episode. We see how each member celebrates Christmas, but we see Martian Manhunter understand why humans do it and its impact on us, even religious. Ends with a tearjerker. I love that episode where we see Clark Kent go back to the Kent family, or Superman go back to the Kent family farm and all that stuff. I enjoy the shit out of that episode. You know what, Grendel fan? I think that's in season 1 of Justice League. I got that on Blu-ray. I'm going to watch that today. After, by the way, if you're a patron and you're wondering, I do have to put up After Hours. I have it recorded. I just have to edit it and put it up. Stuff happened. I was tired. And then I had a whole bunch of live streams to do over the weekend. So thank you for your patience. It will be there today by noon. But yeah, back to your episode real quick about Justice League. I'm going to put that on while I'm working on some pages. One, that's a fantastic cartoon. Almost as good as Batman the Animated Series. And I prefer Justice League to Justice League Unlimited. And yes, I know I'm in the minority here, but I prefer the more they're team-centric, smaller episodes, and where I won't even give you the twist, but the Hawkgirl one with the invasion, holy shit, was that good. Now, I don't know if it brought up some emotions in me. You got to remember, a lot of times I watch these as I draw, so I kind of just look over and listen. But I have watched that episode multiple times. It's a great episode. Everyone out there, folks, if you have access to it, if it's on YouTube, search Justice League Christmas episode and watch it. I love the part with Hawkgirl and Jon Stewart where they go to that Battle World thing or whatever. It's just fun. It's a fantastic cartoon. Like, people say, oh man, you always tell us to watch all these things. Well, in this case, you'll enjoy it. You'll definitely enjoy the shit out of it. And let's thank Grendel Fan 84 for reminding me about it. Man, I'm going to be pumped to watch that one today. I just love that cartoon. Yeah, I saw JonTron release a video. Got 3 million views in 9 hours. I'm so jealous. But I love JonTron. He might be my favorite YouTuber in terms of hilarity. Krampus, that's another good Christmas movie. I own that on Blu-ray. I saw it in theaters. I like Krampus. Loved it, actually. The ending was awesome. Dan hated it. I fucking loved it. No, Dan liked it. My other friend hated it, so we always look at him. Sorry, Jeff. I meant with all the bitching going on, it seems like Whoopi Goldberg doesn't want us to like her. Whoopi Goldberg? I don't... You know what? Who likes Whoopi Goldberg? Why does her opinion matter? She's not funny. She's never been that great. Like, I'll give her Sister Act 1, maybe 2, Sister Act Back in the Habit. But overall, I don't really think Whoopi Goldberg is this great integral part of society. Like, her voice doesn't carry any weight. She's not Oprah. She's not prolific at times. She's not that great. She's, like I say with Kendo, she's always trying to get herself over. She's going into business for herself, to use a wrestling term. Whoopi Goldberg has a big platform. Good for her. More power to her. but it ain't a platform I choose to listen to. I think what I'm trying to get at for all you guys here is always do what you feel is right. If you enjoy something and society tells you it's wrong in terms of like entertainment, for example, let's say you want to watch The Jazz Singer, but society tells you it's racist. Well, if you like that movie for other reasons, go watch your movie. If you want to enjoy Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Whoopi Goldberg tells you it's wrong, you know what? You should watch it in spite of Whoopi Goldberg. You know, stick it to the Whoopi Goldberg. I never thought I'd be talking about her as much as I have this morning. I don't enjoy it, but you guys ask these questions. So, Whoopi Goldberg to me is irrelevant at best. So, enjoy it. I love all those old Rankin and Bass holiday specials. They're fun. If I had a DVD or a Blu-ray with all of them, I could put those on and just sit back, work on Stealing Solo, and enjoy the holiday spirit. This is a year where I'm going to really enjoy Christmas. Not only am I 30 and I'm established and can do cool stuff, but it's 25 years since my favorite Christmas. And the closer I get to Christmas, I'm going to tell you guys, you know, specific Christmas stories. I told you guys about Christmas 98 with GoldenEye and how I counted each gift as value in my head. So I knew once I had $40, I could go get GoldenEye because it was the collector's edition, or the player's choice version in 1998. It was already $39. I remember that. So I've told you that Christmas story. I'm trying to think of one to tell you this week because I'm saving the best for Christmas 93. I'm saving that for the closer we get to Christmas proper. Awesome time. It's a Christmas story that could bring a tear to your eye. Not mine, because I'm just excited. I grin ear to ear. But it's a story about the will of a dedicated parent. A mom who basically had to make good on a promise someone else made to her kid, but who not only delivered, but blew the roof off the fucking thing. That is the best Christmas ever. And I talk about it every year at Christmas. Every year. And my mom always goes, I know you love that, blah, blah, blah. But I never, ever get tired of telling that story. So we'll save that for the week of Christmas. So we'll have some people off, some people traveling. But that'll be our closer for the holiday Good Morning Pop Culture. That'll be the best story I can tell you guys. Stick it to the whoopee. Maybe it'll have a whoopee cushion on it, but it'll be spelled capital W. Or maybe we have a whoopee cushion with dreads and glasses. That could be cool. I don't know. Maybe. So, let's see. We got 10 minutes left of Good Morning Pop Culture before I close this baby out. Today has been an awesome show. Again, I always like to tell you guys this, but thank you for hanging out with me in the morning. You think you're working and lurking? Well, I'm just having a wonderful time helping you get through the workday or your travels or whatever you're doing. So if you're out there and you're enjoying the show, give us a thumbs up and press 1 to let me know. For once, don't let the whoopee win. What is that line from episode 1? Whoopee, whoopee! And then Jar Jar, like, can't pay or whatever. That's how I feel about Jar Jar. Or that's how I feel about Whoopi Goldberg. Oh, I'll tell you a story. When I was a kid, I couldn't say Whoopi Goldberg, so I called her Goofy Wahlberg. I guess she was related to Mark and Donnie. Let's see. Jeff, will the Bullshitters have a Christmas dinner live stream? We will not, because the guys, none of us are in the same city. I'm here in Cincinnati, Kendo is in Missouri, Nick is in Atlanta, and Dion's in Michigan. And, you know, Christmas is a time for families and all that stuff. So, at best, I could maybe do a Christmas live stream where I open up stuff from the P.O. Box, if you'd like. Or I could do a Christmas morning game stream. I think I am going to do a Christmas morning game stream because people get up and stuff like that. And yeah, you have your own gifts in your own family. But for those that, some people have to work on Christmas. My mom has had to work historically on Christmas. Only in the last few years has she been able to have a job where she gets Christmas and the holidays off for the most part. And even then, it's not guaranteed. So we'll have maybe something in the morning while, you know, people are having Christmas breakfast. I'm waiting on mine because my mom makes a very specific Christmas breakfast, which I'm excited for this year. Our holiday festive fruity pancakes and bacon and eggs and hash browns. And then this year, and it's a good thing too. So for the last couple of years, we've gone to my mom's boyfriend for Christmas. And his house is fine, but it's so boring. And I really don't like going. This year, my favorite aunt is having us back out for Christmas. It's been a couple years. She's been going through some stuff. She finally got a house after her husband died a couple years ago. So now we're going there for Christmas, and I'm excited. So Christmas afternoon, I'm going to be unavailable. So unless, like, I don't know, Kathleen Kennedy burns down Lucasfilm, you probably won't hear from me for that or the day after Christmas. There will not be anything from me day after Christmas. My mom took the day off. Her and I are going to go bargain hunt the day after Christmas and have some fun. I'm going to go to my Hallmark and pick up my Clark W. Griswold annual ornaments. I have a Clark W. Griswold collection. If you have something with Clark W. Griswold and you don't want it, shit, if you have something with Chevy Chase on it and you don't want it, send it my way to the WCBS show, P.O. Box 5069, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45205. I will not only add that to our collection of stuff from the fans, but I have a private Chevy Chase collection that includes such gems as Fletch, and Fletch. I have to work on Christmas Eve. Sucks, but we get pizza at least. Christmas Eve is where all my family stuff happens. So we're going to be having fun. Okay, Cesar Japan. Yes, please save that epic rant for tomorrow. I'll already be kind of testy with talking about Captain Marvel and stuff, depending on the trailer's quality. If the trailer blows me away, the thing is, I'm open to enjoying any movie if it's a good movie, if the trailer is good. But I reserve the right to critique it without being called a terrible name. Maybe you think I'm an asshole, but I don't consider that a terrible name. So I'm okay with that. Do I have the NECA figure of what? Fletch? Oh, you mean Chevy Chase? No, I did not get the Clark W. Griswold NECA figures. I kind of thought they were a little pricey, but I really, really want to have them. What about Chinese duck on Christmas at a Chinese restaurant? I would love that. As long as it's not smiling at me, I think I can enjoy. I've never actually eaten duck. I want to. That's on my list of foods I'd like to try. You know, Jeremy's list is like chicken tenders with a different barbecue sauce. Mine is duck. I'd like to try foie gras. I'd like to expand my palate because as the channel grows, we get to travel to different parts of the country, soon different parts of the world. Why not embrace the cuisine? And why not try something new? Because the worst thing that can happen is you find something you really love. If not, you get something else. You can send food back to the kitchen. I've done it. Actually, I've never done it before. But yeah, I like duck. Or I like to try duck. That is my goal for 2019, to try duck. How big is my family? Very big, because my grandma had 7 kids. So, let's see. 5 of those kids had children. And everyone except my mom had multiple kids. So, and now those kids have had kids too. So my one cousin has 3 kids of his own, and one of them's 21. So he'll probably have a kid before me. I'm having fun with this and doing what I got to do. He'll probably have a kid 3 or 4 years from now, and so that'll be, my grandma will have a great grandchild. That'd be cool. Let's see. Chinese restaurants are usually the only things open on Christmas. Not true. Movie theaters are open. Because one year on Christmas Day, my mom and I went to the bargain movies. Because she had bought me... what did she buy me? I think it was the year I had got like GameCube games or something. I was in grade school. Maybe it was the year before the GameCube came out, Christmas. I don't know. But we went. She's like, what do you want to do today? And we ate. And I'm like, can we go to a movie? And she goes, sure, they're open. And we went to the movie. So you can do that too. Duck is good, but you have to cook it right. I'm not going to go to, like, McDonald's and get, like, a duck fillet or something. I'm going to go, I don't know, maybe if I'm somewhere that has, like, a Fogo de Chao or a Brazilian steakhouse where they offer different types of meats. I'm like, we have duck breasts. I'm like, I'd like to try duck breast, please. So, we'll find out. Wabbit season, duck season, fire. My mom got me a super nice badass designer leather jacket last year. Time flies. Probably worn it every day since. Chili Peen. My mom has a philosophy, no clothes on Christmas, because she said clothes are a necessity and Christmas is meant to be fun. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything she's ever given me that I used a lot. She gave me a portable DVD. Here we go. Here will be my Christmas story for today. Christmas 2004. You can understand, or you can learn about how far I've come as a person. This will be a nice way to close out the show. Christmas 2004, my mom says, I got a surprise gift for you. I got a surprise gift for you. I'm like, what is it? What is it? I want to know. I want to know. She's like, I won't tell you. I won't tell you. And so I wanted to know so bad, almost to a point where I was getting kind of mad. I'm like, Mom, what is it? And I had no clue what it was. And finally I got it, and it was a portable DVD player. You know, the little ones that flipped open. And I thought I would never use it. And at first I really didn't. I would lay in bed and watch a movie, and that was about it. We get to my first job in high school, and I worked at Rally's, a fast food burger place. In your neck of the woods, it may be called Checkers, but you may have one. So I remember working there, and whatever. My mom was my boss, which was cool. So we had to drive 40 minutes to work each way. And we got to work so early because she was the manager, so my shift didn't start till 10, so I'd get there at 8 in the morning and sit in the car for 2 hours. So I would watch movies on my portable DVD player in the parking lot at work. And you talk about useful gift. I watched, first time I ever saw Bad Santa was on that thing, and my mom laughed her ass off because we rented it, and we were laughing. I watched all my Bond movies on there. I watched some Star Wars. No, I didn't take Star Wars. Star Wars was too sacred to me to leave the house. So I would take other DVDs, but not Star Wars. Probably because the only way you could get them was in a multi-pack, and I didn't want to scratch a disc. But that's neither here nor there. But that was the most useful Christmas gift I ever received. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, the Captain Marvel poster is fine. I really don't hate it, per se. It's fine. Is it the best Marvel poster? No, but I think Marvel posters, the bar's pretty low on quality for Marvel posters. They are average at best. I've never felt compelled to own an official Marvel poster because all they are is just Photoshop jobs with actors' heads placed over sometimes digitally rendered bodies. And while that sells movies to modern audiences, I prefer the classics of Bob Peak, Drew Struzan, Richard Amsel, all the great iconic movie painter, Robert McGinnis. He actually lives somewhere by me. I would never bother him because he's like 90, but man, would I love to strike up a friendship with that dude. Maybe ask him if I could buy some of his original James Bond artwork. I don't know. Could be cool. Or just to be a friend. I'd be like, hey man, you're a great artist. Can you teach me how to paint? It's like finding Forrester, finding Robert McGinnis. He's like, yeah, I kind of like you, kid. I'll teach you something. And so I become a better painter. Because right now, I can draw. Can't paint to save my life. So, Mr. McGinnis, if you're out there, help me out. So, it is time to close out Good Morning Pop Culture. So, everyone is in the chat talking about Rally's food. I'm glad you guys have eaten there. The fries, after a while, they smell like shit to you, and you don't want to eat there, which is where I was about, what did I work there? From 2004 to 2007. So I worked there a whopping 3 years in high school, which was impressive. I had a job the whole time, since I was 15. But that's the story for another day. So, folks, this has been Good Morning Pop Culture. I will be back in the morning, 7:45 a.m., or 50, depending on how much prep time I need. But I'll be back tomorrow. We'll have more stuff to talk about. I'd like to thank everybody who joined us. We had a fantastic show. They do say time flies when you're having fun. I can't believe it's been over 2 hours on the air. I only had 2 cups of coffee. Loved it. Had a great show. Thank you, and I'll be back tomorrow with more. I'm working on a video, so be prepared for that. It won't be out today. Maybe tomorrow. Wednesday at the latest, but I need some time. It's a bigger one. It's, it requires some research, some funny stuff. It's what you guys come to expect from world-class bullshitters. But make sure you guys check out another video here on YouTube when you're done. Don't click out of YouTube. Go watch something else. Help us out. Check out one of our other videos. I don't know. Check out our Last Remnants of Toys R Us video. It's okay. It's there. It's doing okay. But it's a fun video. I had a lot of fun making it. So thank you to everybody. Thumbs up to everybody out there who is out there working and lurking. You guys only got a few more weeks till Christmas. What is it? 22 days till Christmas. Hopefully everyone has the off day. Maybe you're like me and you love Christmas breaks and you may take one. You can have one, a Christmas vacation. I don't know. But I'll be back later in the week with more. And if you're a patron, be on the lookout for After Hours hitting you really soon.